legends last.
Well, hi there. Welcome back to another thrilling episode of Rogue's Crime Galleria. I'm your host, Todd H., and tonight we're going to get into the rather strange and disturbing case of David Berkowitz, otherwise known as Son of Sam. Boy, what a sick bastard he was. But, like all these stories, we'll get to the end of it. But in the meanwhile, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to tap that notification bell. We're on every Monday and Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But right now, let's get into this.
Welcome back, Deep Divers. Today, we're diving into a pretty dark chapter, one that really shook New York City.
Yeah, we're talking the Son of Sam killings, 1976, 1977, over a year of terror.
It's a case that still has people talking, even now. And we went deep, really deep into the research for this one.
Articles, old and new, encyclopedias, biographies, even stuff from Criminal Minds Wiki, Murderpedia.
We even looked at some of the stuff from Alcatraz East, that Pigeon Forge museum. They have a whole section.
Right. We really wanted to get the full picture for you.
Yeah, the fear that gripped the city, the hunt for the killer, all of it. And then, well, some of those lingering questions.
Because there are definitely some questions, even after all this time.
No doubt.
Yep.
Just thinking about New York City back then, it was a different time. And the Son of Sam really preyed on that.
Absolutely. Especially in the outer boroughs, there was a lot of fear.
And the way he targeted his victims. Young women, shoulder-length dark hair, sometimes couples in parked cars.
It was like a scene from a horror movie playing out in real life. People were terrified.
I read in People, from back then, that women were actually changing their appearance, dyeing their hair, cutting it short.
Just to avoid looking like a target. Imagine that, living with that kind of fear.
It's hard to comprehend. The city must felt like a pressure cooker. And with the media coverage, it just amplified everything.
Every little detail, every rumor, it all added to the frenzy, and nobody knew who he was or when he might strike again.
So who was this Son of Sam? Well, the sources all point to David Berkowitz, born Richard David Falco, June 1st, 1953.
But adopted, right?
Right. By Nat and Pearl Berkowitz, they lived in the Bronx, and they actually switched his first and middle names.
Interesting. And his childhood, was it troubled from the start?
Well, most sources describe it as, somewhat normal. Encyclopedia.com, for example. But there were definitely signs.
Signs of what?
Like being a loner, bullying other kids. And Wikipedia even mentions him being fascinated with petty theft.
Petty theft, and what else?
Setting fires, apparently. Early signs of trouble.
And did his parents try to, address these issues?
Yeah, they did. They even took him to a psychotherapist, according to some sources. But then a real turning point came when he was 14.
What happened?
His adoptive mother, Pearl, passed away, 1967. A lot of sources point to that as a significant moment.
That's a tough age to lose a parent. It can definitely be, disruptive.
Definitely. His grades started slipping, and there are mentions of him kind of wavering in his religious beliefs.
So already dealing with a lot. And then he discovers the truth about his birth.
Right. And this really seems to have been a major crisis for him. He found out he was born out of wedlock. His birth mother, Betty Falco, had an affair with a man named Joseph Kleinman.
Wow. That's a lot to process, especially after losing his adoptive mother.
It really messed with his sense of identity. And, he later found out his birth mother was still alive. Serialkillers.info even has this quote where he says he felt like he was living under a false flag.
So not only does he lose his mother, but then his whole origin story gets flipped on its head.
It's a lot. And then after that, he goes into the Army, serves for 3 years, then spends a year at Bronx Community College.
So some attempts at a normal life, but something's not right.
Right. He bounces around jobs, drives a taxi for a while, works sorting mail for the Postal Service. And during this time, he gets really into some dark stuff.
Like what?
Satanic worship, witchcraft, that sort of thing.
Okay, so you've got this guy, a troubled past, some serious identity issues, dabbling in the occult, and then the shootings start.
Yeah. July 29th, 1976, Pelham Bay in the Bronx. Donna Lauria is killed. Jody Valenti is wounded. It's the first attack.
And what was the reaction?
Well, surprisingly, not a whole lot. Several sources say it didn't get a ton of attention at first.
It's like it's often the case with serial killers.
Yeah.
The first one is it's just a blip on the radar until it's not.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Then October 23rd, same year, Flushing, Queens, Caldenaro was wounded. And, well, this is interesting. There's a discrepancy here. Yeah. Murderpedia says Rosemary Keenan, his companion, died from her injuries. But Wikipedia says she survived. It's just a little thing, but, it makes you think.
It does. Shows how even with these high-profile cases, the details can get muddled.
Absolutely. Then, November 26th, Bellerose, Queens. Donna DeMasi is wounded, and Joanne Lomino is paralyzed. Tragic. Still, no one's connecting the dots.
Not publicly, at least. You gotta think the police are starting to see a pattern, though.
Oh, absolutely. And it becomes undeniable on January 30th, 1977. Forest Hills, Queens, Christine Freund is killed. John Deal is wounded.
And that's when it hits the news, right? The son of Sam is born.
Yeah, that's when the police officially link it all together. The .44 caliber gun, young women, long dark hair.
And the gun was a pretty specific type, right?
Yeah, a .44 caliber Charter Arms Bulldog revolver. It's not a common gun, so that definitely helped connect the cases.
Makes sense. And the composite sketches at that time, were they helpful at all?
Interestingly, some of the sketches actually suggested there might be more than one person involved, but we know now.
It was all him.
It was all him. March 8th, 1977. Exeter Street, Queens. Virginia Voskerikian is killed. Then April 17th, back to the Bronx.
Back to the Bronx. So he's not just sticking to one area.
No, he's moving around. This time, it's Alexander Esau and Valentina Suriani. They're murdered near where DeMasi and Lomino were shot.
So it's escalating. He's getting bolder, maybe.
And then, at this crime scene, they find something chilling. A letter.
The first son of Sam letter.
Addressed to Captain Joe Borelli, head of Operation Omega, the task force put together to catch him.
And this is where he really starts playing with the media, right?
Oh, yeah. The letter is, well, it's disturbing, misspellings and all. He writes, I am deeply hurt by your calling me a women hater. I am not.
Women hater, that became infamous.
It did. He goes on, but I am a monster. I am the son of Sam. And then he talks about Father Sam and a dog giving him orders.
That's where the whole dog thing starts. And of course, it all turned out to be a lie.
A lie. But at the time, it was terrifying. He also calls himself an outsider, programmed to kill, and ends with, I'll be back.
So he's announcing himself, taunting the police. And then he writes to Jimmy Breslin.
Right, May 30th, the Daily News columnist. And even the envelope is creepy. Blood and family darkness and death, absolute depravity, .44. It's like he's enjoying the attention.
It does seem that way, like he's putting on a show.
This letter is different, though. More sophisticated somehow. It even led some people to think it might be a copycat.
A copycat? Really?
Yeah, but it was him. He mentions Breslin's columns, talks about specific victims, mocks the police again, and then there's this line, what will you have for July 29?
The anniversary of the first shooting. Chillin'.
The pressure on the police was immense. Operation Omega was working around the clock. But people reported that morale was actually pretty high.
That's amazing. I mean, under those circumstances.
They were determined to catch him.
Gotcha.
They even had a psychological profile put together.
What did that say?
Neurotic, maybe paranoid schizophrenia. Believed he was possessed by demons. Loner, trouble with women, it all kind of fit.
It does. Sadly, it doesn't stop him. The attacks continue.
Yeah. June 26th, a discotheque in Queens. Judy Placido and Sal Lupo are shot. Judy actually said she felt like someone was watching them just before it happened.
Just awful. And then the final attack, July 31st, Bensonhurst, Brooklyn.
Stacy Moskowitz and Robert Violante. Robert was shot in the face. Survived. Stacy, she was shot in the head. Killed.
And she also felt like they were being watched. She whispered it to Robert right before.
Ghost looking at us, chilling. But this time, something happened that broke the case wide open. A woman named Cecilia Davis.
She saw something.
She saw a man taking a parking ticket off his car near the crime scene, and she called the police.
A parking ticket? That's wild.
It is, but that's how they got him. That ticket led them to David Berkowitz.
And it turns out the police already had his name.
Yeah, Yonkers police. He'd been sending these bizarre letters to his neighbor, Sam Carr, about Carr's dog.
So the Sam connection was there all along.
August 10th, they arrest him at his apartment. And he just says, well, you got me. Like it was nothing.
And what did they find?
Oh, the .44 caliber Bulldog. Maps of the crime scenes. A letter to Sergeant Dowd. And then in his apartment, satanic graffiti, a diary about arson.
So he's caught. But then he tries to spin this whole story about the dog.
The dog, Harvey. a black Labrador. He claimed it was the dog and Father Sam giving him the orders to kill.
Which, of course, was completely made up.
Completely. He admitted it later, but it definitely added to the whole mystique of the case.
No doubt. So what happened to Berkowitz?
He pled guilty, second-degree murder, 6 consecutive life sentences, but he's eligible for parole after 25 years.
Has he been granted parole?
Nope. Denied every time. He's expressed remorse, said he doesn't think he deserves to be released.
That's something at least.
It is. But then he also later claimed he was part of a satanic cult that was actually behind the killings.
Oh, wow. So he's still trying to deflect blame?
Seems like it. He even mailed a book on witchcraft to the police in North Dakota.
North Dakota? Why?
He tried to connect himself to a cold case there, the murder of Arliss Perry at Stanford in '74. But the investigators didn't buy it.
And they eventually solved that case, right?
Yeah, years later, 2018. DNA evidence. But there are still people who think Berkowitz wasn't alone.
Really? Like who?
Donna Lauria's father, Carl Denaro, one of the survivors. They point to inconsistencies in eyewitness accounts and, those early sketches that suggested multiple shooters.
It's hard to know for sure, but the courts were convinced.
They were. But it does make you wonder. And Berkowitz himself, he's had some health problems in prison. Heart surgery back in 2017.
So he's not doing well.
Not great. But he's still alive, still in prison.
Yeah.
And the Son of Sam case, it had a lasting impact. I mean, they created those Son of Sam laws.
To stop criminals from profiting from their crimes.
Exactly. Books, movies, TV shows, they all reference it.
It's a story that really captured the public imagination.
It did. And it left a scar on New York City. A reminder of that time when terror ruled the streets.
It's a stark reminder of the darkness that can exist even in a place as vibrant as New York.
So we've covered a lot here. The attacks, the fear, the capture, the mystery. And we're left with this question. Can we ever really know the whole truth?
It's a good question. I mean, even with all the evidence, all the investigations, there are still gaps.
Gaps and inconsistencies. And that's what makes this case so compelling, even all these years later. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. And as always, thanks for diving deep with us.
Until next time.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Rogues Crime Galleria. I'm your host, Todd H., and tonight we took a deep dive into the dark and twisted story of David Berkowitz, better known as the Son of Sam, a guy who definitely put the cereal in serial killer and proved that sometimes the scariest things come with a creepy letter. Just goes to show, if you ever get a strange note, maybe don't invite it over for coffee. Huge thanks to my brilliant co-host, Eli Stone, who digs into details like a detective with a sixth sense, and Nora Steele, whose insights slice through the darkness sharper than a mailbox full of ominous letters. You two keep this show sharp and on point. And if you enjoyed tonight's chilling tale, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share with your fellow true crime fans, and tap that notification bell so you never miss a single episode on Rogues Crime Galleria. And that's all we've got for you tonight, so I guess we'll see you next time on Rogues Crime Galleria.
Step inside. Don't look back. Every shadow's got a name. From the alleys where the cold steel sings to the suits with blood on diamond rings, ghosts of power, greed, and flame. Every legend leaves a stain. Whispers crawl through history's halls, mugshots hanging on haunted walls. Outlaws riding, empires fall. You're one step from it all. Truth gets buried, lies get tall, but we're the ones who hear the call. Welcome to the Rogues Galleria, where the wicked live forever. Every crime, every killer's tale, locked in time we unveil. Yeah, the darkness tells ya you can't run from your past. In the Rogues Galleria, we make the legends last. We make the legends last. Ponzi kings with a silver grin. My boss deals in a world of sin. 6 guns smoke in a desert sky. Another outlaw lives a lie. Cold case files and a killer's code. Buried truths on a broken road. Every story that chills your spine, we bring it back to life. No escape when the truth gets loud. Faces staring from the crowd. Welcome to the Rogues Galleria, where the wicked live forever. Every crime, every killer's tale, locked in time, we unveil. Yeah, the darkness tells ya you can't run from your past. In the Rogues Galleria, we make the legends last. We make the legends last. Every name carved in the night, every wrong dressed up is right. If you listen, you'll hear them breathe in the gallery. They never leave. Welcome to the Rogues Galleria. Step inside, don't you falter. Every sin, every twisted mind, we expose what you won't find.